Hello again. This is number 4 in the Painting from Home in Troubled Times. It's my little video series because we can't get together for a little while anyway. I hope you'll come back to another class. And what we're going to do, what I want to do is keep you going, kind of basically nag you from afar, essentially. Some of you weren't able to make the portrait intensive, some of you weren't able to make the limited palette just because we canceled them. So what I want to do is give you some pointers as to what to do next and where to go. Okay, we have the canvas drawn out. This is the photo that we are going to be drawing on, and we are going to put this one away because this is for painting. We're going to draw from the gridded version. Now, exactly the same number of squares up and down as what's on the photo. So this photo is for transferring the image directly onto the canvas in correct size. One of my favorite quotes is the art instructor who said, "Painting's easy. All you have to do is put the right shape and the right color and the right tone in the right place." This puts the right shape in the right place. So you can start anywhere, but what I want you to do is make sure you're in the right square first of all. And the idea is to put a line or an indication of where the tone changes from light to dark. So in this instance, I'm going to take this line right here, and I'm going to start with that one. So it starts over here in the middle of this part, and it comes down and it crosses below the halfway mark. I want you to notice that almost all of your squares have a halfway mark. If you find where that occurs, you'll be able to tell where you can cross, how close you are to where you need to be, and just sketch it in. Now, what I want you to do is, when you're putting the lines on the canvas, don't be precise. Be a little sketchy in how you're putting them on, because you can actually be more precise by being sketchy. How's that for a weird way of putting it? If you just sketch back and forth, you can get it a lot closer to where it needs to be. Also, you're indicating lights and darks. So, for instance, here is the line between this piece of hair and the forehead, which goes to here. This forehead comes and crosses at the halfway mark here. So it starts up in here, crosses there at the halfway mark, runs down and crosses below the halfway mark over on this side here. So we can bring it down and cross below the halfway mark. It swings down, the nose area drops just to the right of halfway mark, gives you another indication of where to go. It swings down and goes almost straight down, has a little bump on the end, and then crosses to the left of the halfway mark. So there's crosses over there. Now, the beauty of the pencil that I want you to use, which is a Staedtler Lumicolor, is that it is a non-permanent. In other words, if you don't like where your line is, just lick your finger or get a piece of paper towel and wipe it, and it comes off. And it doesn't bother the paint when you're putting the paint on. So we've got this line of the nose in place. It's relatively close, but make sure you are trying to get it as close as you can, because the more precise you're drawing, the more precise your ability to put the paint in the right place when you get down to putting the paint on the canvas. What we're going to look at now too is this is an edge between a light and a dark, but there are darks within the lights and the darks. So let's put a sketchy bit in through here for this part of the eyebrow. Comes up in through here. The eye drops right here at the corner, crosses the corner and goes straight down to about there. These lines come around. Never find a spot that you know to be something and just indicate it as what you know it to be. That's kind of a long way around saying, draw what you see. Don't try and identify it and then put on what you think it should look like. For instance, these are eyelashes. Eyelashes, in this instance, there's one there, there's a shorter one there, then it goes over to a bunch of them here. It's kind of a triangular piece like that, and then it goes over, and in fact, if you're wrong, you're wrong. So move it. I'm wrong. I'm going to put this one down in through there and over to there, like that. Put those in through there. And that's a lot closer to what these eyelashes look like. If you just put eyelash, 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 eyelash because you know eyelashes do that, then it'll never look right. This has to look right before you can put paint on it, because you have to know where you want to put the paint on. I don't want to be too long-winded in this, so I will hurry because I do want to show you one little piece of approach to this that is really important, because what you're doing is indicating lights and darks. And anytime that you're indicating lights and darks and you do it with a line, it's going to be difficult to tell which is which, because you'll end up with a lot of lines. So we go with this particular section, dark section right here, which is the shadow of the shoulder on the cheek. Runs down in that direction to there and swings down like that. This comes over here, this comes up and crosses approximately to the right of the middle line, middle of the line, and there's a bunch of other stuff in here, which we'll get to. This part of the hair comes down underneath, just underneath the corner, and it runs down and it crosses just below the corner down here, and it swings out that way. Now, here's a dark, and here's a light, and this is a midtone. But when you look at the drawing, it's just a line and a line. It's hard to tell which is which. So what I like to do is when I have a dark area, I like to scribble across it, indicating in a quick visual manner that this is the dark and then this is the light. In areas like where there's a midtone, you can do almost the same thing. You can put, there's the dark, this dark part here. This dark part here is there. And then there's darker stuff up on top with more indications of darker pieces within it. So this is to get you going, get you started. I want you to really enjoy yourself in the painting process. I want you to have success in the painting process. And the weirdest part is it starts with this pain in the butt drawing, because it can be a pain in the butt to spend your time getting all the little details drawn in. But the more you do that, the more success you'll have in the actual painting of the painting. So I want to thank my cameraman for doing a great job, and we're going to put as many of these up as possible over the next little while, and hopefully we'll get you back in class soon. Bye.